So we're back again with yet again another episode of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, we finished up the Wind Temple, and yep, as I mentioned, I did get 5,000 rupees off screen. Took a little while, really took a little while inside of that there island, Overlook Island. In this episode, we are going to get down to the brunt of the work. So I'm going to name off some things here while this warping cutscene is going to happen, but in the meantime, I'm going to go to Windfall Island. Alright, so to kick off the episode, what we want to do is head over to Lenzo. Lenzo, I'm coming, buddy. So, a couple of things that I want to point out here. So, there are 7 legendary figurines. Well, there's 8 of them, but 7 of them you have to collect. One of the legendary figurines, you get another legendary figurine with. So, when you take one of them, or when you get one of them, you get another with it. So, there's figurines that you can get others with. Example, like the Chieftain, you get Quill with, and for example, the Hyrule King, you get Zelda with. I don't need to get Zelda's from Lenzo, because when I get the Hyrule King, I get hers included, so no need to worry. Anyway, what you want to do is go into Lenzo's office, and the legendary figurine that you get all depends on the position of the moon. So, for example, the full moon, you will get Ganondorf's figurine. The full moon is set right now, that is. I double-checked to make sure. The half-set moon, sort of, is going to be the Great Fairy. The half-completed moon is Jaboon. Crescent moon is the Queen of Fairies. The crescent moon facing down is Fado. The half-moon facing down also is Laruto. And the 2/3 of the way is the King of Hyrule. So, it's a hard thing to explain when I'm not staring at an image, but I'm going to put some images up here, like I was just saying, to illustrate it, that is. But when you go ahead and talk to Lenzo at night, you have to do this at night, by the way. Guess what, young LSP? Today is a great day in pictography. Today marks the day long past when I, as a young lad still struggling to reach the pinnacle of pictography, received my first legendary pictograph. A legendary pictograph is an image of a being or essence that has passed beyond the knowledge of this world. They're quite incredible, really. These are images that one comes across only in the rarest of circumstances, but I am the leading pictographer in the land. I have managed to gather many of them. And yet LSP, seeing as how you are the one who has dedicated his life to the art of pictography, as I have, I am willing to pass on to you one of these treasured legendary pictographs. If you have any pictograph slots, I will place the image in your deluxe picto box. Let me see it for a moment, will you? So, as he mentioned, today is National Pictograph Day, or Legendary Pictograph Day, that is. But when you go ahead and hand off your deluxe one to him, what he's going to do is say, this is all, after all, a very precious thing. I cannot just give it away for free, can I? What do you say, young sir? Will you pay 150 rupees for it? Now you know how and why I had to get financially ready for this. Off screen, that is, because it was going to take too long to do on recording. But I'll pay. So, I've received my payment, so now without delay, I just stick this here and you got one of the legendary pictographs at your deluxe picto box. For me, every day is pictograph day. I cannot wait for tomorrow to come. So if we stare right into it here, we're going to see that we got Ganondorf. So the full moon check is done. Now, when that is finished up and you got your first one, go outside and play the Sun Song, or the Song of Passing, twice it is. And I'm going to illustrate the moon, as I'm going to go look at it on the second day that I'm doing this, or the second night. But let's go ahead and play this twice. Okay, so we're on the second night, and notice that if we head out of this little vicinity right here and look up into the very sky that is right in front of us, the moon is not full, but it's like kind of facing up some, so this will indicate that in that position, we are going to get the Great Fairy figurine. So go back into Lenzo's office, and let's get it from him. Okay, so we have prepared a pictograph of the beautiful Great Fairy. We're going to go and give him the picto box here, and give me that thing, buddy. I just know you're staring into my eyes to do it. Go ahead, I'm paying you my sweet money to get it. So, here we are, the second legendary pictograph, and we can actually look at it after this dialogue is done, just to make sure that it's really it. Yep, here we go. The process continues. Okay, so on the third night, on the very half moon, we're going to indicate that we're going to get Jaboon in that position of the moon here. So, Jaboon is the great water spirit that hides behind the walls of the Outset Island. One that they were going to make into a dungeon, in order to get Neighbor's Pearl, but for some freaking reason, they didn't do it. So it was going to be a dungeon that was going to be pretty cool, but Nintendo said, no, we're not going to do that. So they just added Jaboon there, and we got a pretty good pearl for free without doing any dungeons. So in return, we did the Tower of the Gods after placing all 3 pearls down in the ocean. So anyway, let's go and get his figurine right now. So we got our 3rd legendary pictograph, and we're good, buddy. Anyway, so the process continues, like I just said. Okay, so here we are on the 4th night. I'm not going to really illustrate with the moon anymore, because I think from here on, you pretty much get the drift of what to do. Just keep playing until night over and over again until you have all 7 legendary figurines. So, I don't know how interesting that is with me talking about the moon, but still, I just felt that I should talk about something that requires getting these. So, anyway, this is going to be the Queen of Fairies that we got the Fire Arrow and Ice Arrow from, pretty much. So, like I mentioned. There we go. Alright, let's go on. Okay, so on the 5th night, we're going to go ahead and get the figurine of Fado, the Sage of the Wind Temple. So, go right in here, and he's good. I really admire the fact that Lenzo says which figurine you're going to get from him when you go and talk to him. So, the Wind Sage, here we go. We have our 5th legendary pictograph, and we're doing great. We're doing fine and dandy, because we're incredible taxpayers. Definitely in this part. And the funny thing is, I'll be paying even more money down the road. So after this, I'm not going to be done. Okay, so on the 6th night, we're going to go ahead and get the figurine of Laruto. She is the Zora Earth Sage that invited us to go and talk to Medley for the Earth God's Lyric, pretty much. So, in return, we're going to go and get her right now. Earth Sage. Okay, so on the final night, we're going to go ahead and get the figurine of the King of Hyrule. So again, with this figurine, we don't have to get Zelda's, because when we go and turn in the legendary figurine of the King of Hyrule, with it will come Zelda, so we don't have to worry about getting hers from Lenzo. So that's how that works. So, here we are. Okay, so with that, we all have 7. Did I say we all have 7? We do have 7 of them. So Ganondorf, Great Fairy, Jaboon, Queen of Fairies, Fado, Laruto, and the King of Hyrule. I think that deserves a round of applause. Alright, I'm sounding like Mickey Mouse again for no particular reason, but anyway, with that, we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the ocean figurine, since that's the one we're going to start with. It's a rather small room in the Nintendo Gallery, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump. We're going to go ahead and start with the figurine of the jumping fish in the water. He is pretty challenging to get, but it's possible. It's not that much to complain about, but again, listen for some splashing water, and we're going to go ahead and find him in there. Yep, there he is. So, to do this, you have to really aim the lens at him, so it's going to be pretty difficult, but hey, let's see if I could do it on the first or 2nd try. Good. 3rd try, like, his head is facing down, but that's good enough, so let's go ahead and save that. Alright, so, the next, I'm not going to warp for this one, but the next figurine we're going to go ahead and get for the ocean room is going to be the Salvage Crew, if you go ahead and go to Paw Print Island, that is. Right about west of Dragonroost Island? Yep, about 1 square. The Salvage Crew is like guys that we got the very first treasure chart from in the playthrough. They're still going to be there, so if they don't leave, don't worry. You can always get their pictograph, so it's good. We're good. So stop worrying and dilly-dallying, man. There's nothing to stress over. We have some money, don't we? I paid a good freaking $1,050 for this, but anyway, here they are, and let's get their pictograph. Good freaking dandy. Here we go. So I kind of forgot off the top of my head, we're going to go ahead and get a figurine of Salvatore. He is the guy who runs the Sploosh Kaboom minigame, so he'll be here. It doesn't really matter which one. You can go to Spectacle Island or him at Windfall. It doesn't really matter. It's the same guy, but I don't know why. I guess he has a twin. He has a twin, but hey, buddy, I hope you're having a good day at work, because guess what? I am not going to play your disaster of a minigame again. Actually, close enough, because I may have to go to Spectacle Island one more time to get a treasure shard from him, so, I'll be seeing him again. I'm just not going to be playing this one in particular, so, anyway. The next figurine that we're going to go ahead and get is Loot the Sailor. He is the one who ran the boating course game over at, the boating course aisle. I forgot which coordinate that is, but I can also refer to my sea chart for that sort of thing, but, in here, if you go to the coffee shop at night, the crew is going to be enjoying some grub here, you know what I'm talking about. They're just exchanging retirement stories. Everybody here is probably going to be in their late 60s, all looking for retirement pensions, but, anyway. The one that I'm looking for specifically is him, right here, so, how you doing, buddy? And now I'm out of here, so, bye. I could have easily talked to him, but hey, I'm on a time crunch here. I'm really trying to make good time with this episode. It's going to be a time-consuming thing. A very time-consuming thing, so no worries. And there's going to be some figurines that are going to be taking place after Beetle here, because I'm going to get his figurine next for the ocean, because his floating boat shops do fall into the ocean category in the Nintendo Gallery, so fun, right? Say cheese, buddy. You're out of customers? Well, it's not my problem, so. And we'll notice that our picto box is now full of pictures. So let's go ahead and go to Forest Haven to deposit these, and yeah. Okay, so I just deposited all of the figurines that I have so far in the ocean room. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with Tingle Island. So let's go ahead and go over there and do it. So we're at Tingle Island, and yep, we already got a pictograph of Knuckles, so we don't have to get his again, climbing up at this. You know what? I had the hook shot. Why am I not freaking using that? Climb on up. With that, much faster. Much faster. More efficient. So, hello, Mr. Tingle, the man behind it all. Say that pictograph. And we're going to go ahead and take a picture of Ankle. He's the one in the pink. There he is. Hey, Ankle, how's it going? And notice that David Jr. here is the only one without a mole on his face. Yep, he has facial hair, he has that little goatee, but he does not have a mole on his face. Yep, Ankle does, and Tingle does, along with Knuckle down there, so. Tingle statues are hard to come by. Yep, Hey! I did that by complete accident, so. Man, I guess I'm getting reimbursed here, so. I did not know that this was a thing until now. Had I known, I would have really done that in practice, but I did not. That was totally by accident. But it turns out that if you go ahead and talk to Ankle, after getting every single Tingle Goddess statue, he will reimburse you about 150 rupees. So, good? That was good. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is go to Mother and Child Isler? Mother and Child Island to get a picture of a fairy, because that's going to be another ocean figurine, so let's go ahead and do that. Hey, fairy. How's it going? You enjoying life? Good, because I'm leaving. Okay, so we're back at Windfall Island during the daytime, so go ahead and talk to Zunari at his little shop here. So he's going to say, yes, you're the young master who purchased my sale. At last, with those funds, I've been able to open my stall with 80 rupees. Dude. But I hate to say that my poor little stall is not an instant success, in fact. It is rather deserted, I'm afraid to say. I think this tragic turn of events is due to the fact that I don't have a wide enough lineup of products for I am, to be fully honest. I only have one product. To put it another way, I think my stall would do much better if I could stock rare items that people can't get here in town. Yes, that is what I need. Then I would be making plenty of money. Not just plenty of money. It would be like taking candy from rich babies. No, not even that. By running a prosperous business, I can play my part to help this town develop and become a happy place. Yes, that is a proper perspective. But dear me, if only I had a young partner here to help me out, a real go-getter. Yeah, and talk to him again. He's going to say he's going to notice that he has, or that I have a delivery bag, pretty much. I have a small request, and it requires the use of that bag. A request? Oh, dear me. I knew it, young master. You would be, understand my plight, and it's a rather long-winded explanation. Yep, like I mentioned a few episodes back, this guy does have a pretty long speech thing, so In other words, he's going to be walking us through the contracts and merchants that lie across the ocean. So go ahead and pretty much just understand everything that he says. You don't need to read it all. It's like I understand the terms of service and everything, so don't read it. Anyway, what you're doing here is purchasing his town flower. It's like the only thing that he has on display right now. So what this is going to activate is one of the merchant's appearance at Greatfish Island. So that is going to be the next figurine that we're going to get. So without this town flower, he will not be present. So let's go. So at Greatfish Island, if you make a nice little loop around here, we're going to notice that there's a little guy standing on this platform here. So if you notice and take a good look, this is a freaking Goron. Yep, there are Gorons in Wind Waker after all. So get his photo and let's vamonos. So if we go to the Tower of the Gods and head south to E5 at the private oasis, there's going to be a telescope man. He's going to be the last figurine that we have to give the ocean room. So, a telescope man, I forgot his name actually, but what he does normally is just stand on the island looking through his telescope and saying, "Hola!" I think we all remember that. So, he has quite a bit of sense of humor, pretty much. So I think we can take his picture from the boat, if we're lucky enough. So he's going to be right up here. If we notice him right up on that ledge there, we can get his pictograph. Hopefully this should be good enough. Perfect. Who said I was not a photographer? Okay, so now that we've taken the pictures to the ocean room, I'm not going to go ahead and drop out these pictures just yet at the Nintendo gallery because I want to wait for my picture box to get full, pretty much. But if we head over to F1, which I believe is 7-star Isle, is it? Yep. There is going to be an Octo there, a Big Octo that has a heart piece, as a matter of fact. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up and prosper with it. So finding the flock of seagulls is going to be rather tough because it's going to be daytime and seagulls are white, and them plus white clouds in the background are pretty hard to see. So there's a pretty good chance that I might change it to evening time if I have trouble finding them. So maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But let's go ahead and find it. Nope, it's right here. It's right here. It's basically to the right of those enemy platform towers, but here it is. You don't want to make sure you want to make sure that you don't get too close to these guys because they can suck you up very, very easy. So don't like sail boost into their flock of seagulls because you will end up very, very close to him and he's going to suck you up and he's going to be spitting across the ocean. So make sure that you don't do that. So now that he's dead, he's going to be sinking down pretty much. And notice that there is not going to be a great fairy appearing here this time. That only occurs if you're going to go and get extended magic power by the Earth Temple. So he's going to go ahead and sink down. And instead of a great fairy, a treasure light ring is going to appear. So it'll be the first time, in my opinion, that we're going to be using the grapple hook for treasure gathering in the ocean. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that for those who have not played Wind Waker at all. It's fun, but it won't be so fun after a while. So go ahead and pick this up, and let's find out what it is. Shiny treasure chest. I like how the seagulls are frozen still, but anyway. This is the 19th heart piece. Make sure that you go to 7-star Isle at F1 and pick this up from the Big Octo, and you'll be fine. Let's commence on. Okay, so over at Tingle Island, it's going to be a little bit far away, but if you go ahead and see the flock of seagulls, which is a bit easier to see at night, there is, wait for it, another Big Octo. So let's go ahead and kill him, and, hey, lots of eyes, how's it going? He is dead. He is dead. God, that was pretty close to him, actually. I was getting further and further into the center, but hey, he's down. And I gotta say, I really adore the freaking Big Octo music, because it is just freaking great. But there it is. Let's go ahead and sail forth that center, that light ring isle. Did I say light ring? A light ring spot in the ocean, which indicates treasure. But hey, let's go ahead and find out what is here. Treasure, I say. Ugh, let's find out what it is. Why, freaking Jack Sparrow, you know what I'm talking about. Where is that treasure? Let's find that, the Black Pearl. Anyway, but in all seriousness, this is the 20th heart piece. Make sure that you pick this up at Tingle Island at C3, and you'll be fine. This marks another heart container filled up, and let's go. So head over to F3, which is Fire Mountain, so right in front of Dragon Roost Island, and that little spot right there, and this will commence yet again another, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, another Big Octo. This is not a heart piece or anything, it's just to get them all off the charts, so we're going to be killing every single Big Octo in this episode, pretty much, so let's look forward to it. He is dead. He is dead. He's dead. Let's celebrate. You know, I'm no sailor. But I think, instead of a heart piece, we're going to get reimbursed for some of those taxes that we just paid. But we'll see. We shall see. Open it on up. ₹100 because our face is beaming. Yep, I'm quite satisfied. So over by the private oasis just south of the Tower of the Gods, we will find yet again another flock of seagulls, which means another Big Octo. Great news, buddies. He doesn't have as many eyes, so we can just kind of look forward to killing him, because it won't take as long. It will not take as long at all. It'll be a splash of joy, and just knowing that he's going to die by our hand. Or by our bombs, that is. And he's dead. He is dead. He is dead. Sink down, my man. You were going down. What is it gonna give us? What's gonna give us? What is he gonna give us? What is he gonna give us? I do wonder. How should we do it? Another orange rupee, because why not? Our face is beaming. We're just getting reimbursed, my man. Reimbursement from Ankle at Tingle Island and some Big Octos? She. I'll take it. So right in front of A6, or Diamond Step Isle, that is, this is going to be our final flock of seagulls, which means the final Big Octo. Let's do it, boys. And he's done. He is down, meaning that every single Big Octo in the ocean is finished. Now we understand why this was a missable figurine, so we got him. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. And how will this guy reimburse us today? I do wonder. Let's go ahead and figure it out. Another orange rupee, because why not? So, great. Anyway, we can have the option to pick this up right now, along with another treasure chart that we're going to do after, pretty much. So, let's go ahead and head inside of this island. We're not going to get a treasure chart here, but rather a ghost ship chart. I don't think that we've ran into it previously in the playthrough, but there is a transparent ship that sails its way around the ocean. And if you try to go into it without the ghost ship chart, it will just fade away and disappear, so there's no getting in there. But this item here permits us to get in there without any problems, so get out of here, Blue Chus. Even though I just took your soul and gave it to a potion man at Windfall Island, I have no worries. But anyway, go all the way up to the top and go into that grotto, and let's get to work. So here we go. Yep, a great area of warping pots and mazes. So instead of just explaining the origin behind why this is just here and existent, I'm just going to give you the answer and how to get to the ghost ship shard exactly. So let's go ahead and take out these floor masters pretty much and pick up this little torch here. bust that open. So this warp pod is going to be first, so make sure that you can go in here. If not, you're just going to go back to the very beginning. So if you just mess up the order, you don't die or lose a life or anything or get a game over. It's just a matter of getting where you need to be in the right order. So anyway, this right pod is going to be the next one they have to go into. So here you are. Hey, Floor Master, how's it going? Die, please. Go ahead. Burst this on open as well. It's going to be the left pod this time. So there is a wooden chest there, but I'm not actually going to go ahead and get that one. But it's just harder to get to. Killing him. And here's the ghost ship chart. Right? Yeah. You got the ghost ship chart. Check your charts on the map screen to view it. Yay! So the next treasure chart is pretty much going to be here. I know that I visited this, visited this area enough times in this episode. Link, get up there, please. Thank you. I know that I did this a bit of times in this episode specifically, but I just wanted to serve their purpose and the reason why I was here. Just come back once for the Big Octo, come back later for the next one. I know that I could have done it all in one visit, but still, if you go ahead and hook shot this tree, it's just not Twilight Princess anymore. That was a good let's play. But right up on this cliff is going to be a chest containing what? This is the 39th treasure chart. Make sure that you come to the private oasis at E5 and pick this on up. And let's go ahead and do it. We did it. We did it. Okay, so we're back at Windfall Island during the daytime, so, where's the music? That is, there's no music here. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and, resume the figurine quest, with everybody here, so, the first guy that I want to get consecutively in order is, did I say consecutively in order? In order, that is, I'm sorry that I cannot talk. That always happens in every single episode, but it's gonna be specifically this guy on the bench here. He's kind of harder to, like, angle yourself with, but make sure they get his photo and you're good. So, I forget half the names of these guys, but still, it's funny. Maybe if I exit a loading zone and come back, it'll cue the music when I leave this coffee shop. So, here we go. Here's some music playing, so it's not all silence. The next figurine is going to be this coffee girl right behind that counter there, so go ahead and take her photo. You know what? I want to get closer. Closer. Make eye contact. There we go. Eyes closed. You're like, you're taking my photo of me. Actually, I want your eyes open. There we go. Next is this guy. He is the scared guy, except we're not going to show him to Lenzo, pretty much. And that is... As a photographer, I want to get the eyes, dude. The eyes matter. There we go. There we are. Better. Better. So the next figurine that we're going to go ahead and get is this guy. He is the bomb shop owner. I think he may look different, but I think this is a replacement guy from the guy that they tied up in the pirate interrogation, abduction scene when we got the password for the pirate ship at Hero Windfall Island to go and get Jaboon's pearl, pretty much. But I think they pretty much captured him and tossed him overboard. But this guy has a pretty funny name that I'm not going to spoil yet. Let's go ahead and get his photo, though. You know, I can really empathize with everybody who wants to play Wind Waker 100%, but not actually do this side quest in particular and get all the figurines. I can really understand why they don't want to do this. I guess they just don't find it as interesting or amusing. But hey, in Wind Waker, as a Zelda player myself, I'm a collector and I'm a businessman, so that's just how I work. Anyway, let's go ahead and get that potion guy and move on. The next one we're going to go ahead and get on the list is this Moon guy. That's my nickname for him pretty much, so let's go ahead and get his starring photo. Great. Great, great. This guy right here can be kind of a pain to get because of the angle that you have to stand at, but I just realized that we're full. We are full of photos. Full on photos. Make the words come out right. Anyway, it's getting to be that time, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So in the next episode, we're going to go ahead and continue the figurine quest at Windfall Island and so forth with the rooms that revolve around the Nintendo Gallery area. So with that, stay tuned. This was a tough episode, another one. And the next episode is going to be even worse. Hopefully not really. We might even finish up the entire quest. Maybe. It depends on how good I do on time. But anyway, subscribe, like, comment, or anything else. And peace out, everyone.